Alhamdulillah we are on online. So welcome back sisters. Kita ada lagi 70 lagi 7 minit insya-Allah.
Bismillah.
Bismillah, yeah. And topic today kita akan talk about what is our mindset and relationship to our money lah. Our money matters.
Sekejap sebelum cakap tu kan kita nak share.
Kena share lah kan.
Share.
Kejap.
Share dulu. Lagipun sementara nak tunggu orang masuk ni kan, marilah kita share.
Itulah. Duk tengok juga ni ha. Tershare tapi terlupa nak update. Okay, tak apa, kita pergi edit sekejap.
Itulah kan kita ni masih tu setiap dari kita ni masih nak belajar lagi. Ada banyak benda kita nak belajar tu. Okey, hari ni kita belajar benda lain, besok kita belajar benda lain.
Learning is constant, so is change, kan? Change is also constant. Interesting. Kalau before MCO semua ni kan, I can tell you that I am such a freak when it comes to IT and tech. Now alhamdulillah, okay, I'm blending in bit by bit.
Okay, we all do the same. Actually, we all do the same. I think eventually just a positive thing come up from this COVID. We all do things that sometimes we are not comfortable before kan. Tiba-tiba duduk tiba-tiba kita duduk live gitu kan. Tak pernah pula kita fikir I'm going to actually talk
never ever.
Yes, memanglah biasa kita buat kerja, we talk to people and all that, but when talk about live, people say, are you confident? Not really confident kononnya, right? But I also see a lot of struggle during this for the past 2 years. But at the same time, I also saw a lot of strength.
Yes. Dia asal-asal dia daripada redah, tapi daripada dalam redah-redah tu kenalah adjust ni, be prepared with that and this kan. So you learn along the way, and alhamdulillah, okay, all three of us are here today.
I guess it's true. Sometimes people say, in order for you to survive or to be success in life, you have to face some struggle. Nothing come easy. I think the struggle will basically push you because you need to survive, right? Because when we talk about survival, right? When maybe people say, I cannot swim. Bila masuk je dalam air, tengok selamat je kan? Right, so I think it's all about mindset lah. At the end of the day kan, macam mana kita nak survive. Some of them I think kata bukan tak pernah lah orang cakap tak ada effect lah kan during this pandemic, tapi ada yang still okay, tak cakap apa-apa, ada still struggle and say okay, susah.
Yeah. I rasa after 1 year, 1.5 years ni, kalau I still see a lot of business struggling, and that's fair lah, sebab the industry pun still very macam kelang kabut kan, sekejap buka, sekejap tutup, sekejap boleh, sekejap tak boleh kan. And then all the policies pun masih lagi macam some tu tergantung, some tu cacah marba, some tu tukar-tukar, so can understand. But having said that, kita ada juga usahawan, peniaga ni kan, dia never say die. Dan saya rasa ia juga ada a lot to do with what we have been doing in terms of financial planning. So lagi 3 minit, saya rasa saya nak rekod benda lah ni.
Okay.
Saya
rekod sis.
I suka. Saya rasa saya kena rekod je.
Nak pakai apa meter tu, kita rasa keadaan angin.
Okay, so I'm recording this session sebab takut nanti nak permudahkanlah kita punya proses kan. So again, because the conversation kita entrepreneur mindset ni, it's really not about to be an entrepreneur or to be usahawan ke peniaga ke, is to always just be ready and be resourceful. So this is the intention of this session lah kan. Kita nak pastikan yang bila kita berkongsi tu, kita set our intention awal-awal. And the reason why the three of us, Sister Emilia, Sister Nazreen and myself, we got together actually we were just talking kan, apa entah kita sembang tak tahu apa entah. And then we were just talking and eventually we felt we need to do this. We need to support people out there who feels they may be struggling, or we also saw a lot of unhappy news. People are taking their lives, losing the battle into depression. Kita rujuk, kita investigate, it all boils down to the basic needs, the Maslow hierarchy, and kita kata, okay, mungkin what we can do is let's share a little bit about financial literacy lah. So one of it is financial literacy.
Yes.
Dan hari ni kita and we were talking about kenapa ya some people can be okay, some people tak okay, some people macam tenggelam timbul. Kita tengok balik, it has to do with our basic needs, and it all starts with our finances and our financial planning. So we want to see what is it that we have to do today, so that should this ever occur again, which usually happens, we know economy is like this, naik turun, we go to recession lah, apa. This thing is going to repeat itself many times. It's just that COVID is something that surprised us all. Tapi macam mana kita nak, macam if surprise were to happen again, macam mana kita nak pastikan kita boleh berdiri tegak lah, kan? Dan bukan saja berdiri tegak, tapi itu boleh membantu orang lain juga. So there's a conversation we have today lah. Sekiranya sekarang ni kita dapat duit, katalah dapat RM10 ke, RM100 ke, RM1,000 ke. Now bila kita tengok duit tu, apa kita buat? This is the conversation of mindset dan relationship dengan money. Pernah tak sisters? I tak tahulah kan. I pernah tengok orang kan, dapat duit dia habis. Dapat dia habis. Bukan habis, negatif terus. Dapat duit tu, not only habis, negatif. So, kita mulakan dululah sebelum kita sembang pasal duit aku 10 ni. Let's do our self-introduction. Boleh? Boleh So I kenal you, tapi orang lain tak kenal you siapa kan. So jom kita perkenalkan diri sendiri. I invite Sis Nazreen to introduce yourself, and then followed by Sis Emilia, then I will do it. Sis Nazreen tak dengar.
Sis Nazreen have a technical difficulty this morning. Dengar sekejap tadi kan?
Sekejap dengar.
Okay, can hear me?
Kan, but I think your audio tak berapa dengar. Tak dengar lah sekarang. Tak dengar sekarang. Dengar?
Okay, Sister Emilia dululah.
Okay.
Well, Sister Nazreen
figure out macam mana dia punya technical issue and all that. I actually like your introduction this morning session talking about financial. I mean all of us have that challenges. In fact, if let's say I do personally ke business ke, we always have that lah, dollar sign, ringgit Malaysia sign and all that, right? Let me introduce myself a bit. My name is Emilia. Kita dah tahu each other kan, and then I think most of the people kat luar pun know that currently test. Currently what have been I've been in the corporate for like more than 23 years, and then for the past almost 6 years I'm running the business management solution. Dengar ke bising ke tidak? Macam dengar bunyi bising ya?
Ada. I think Sis Nazreen punya komputer.
Komputer, dia punya audio. Okey lah, tak apalah. Nak cerita sikit about myself kan, sementara
boleh dengar tak?
Boleh.
Sorry, boleh dengar tak?
Boleh.
Okay, you go ahead, Dedis.
Okay.
Go ahead Okay. So I've been running this company, Q3 Management Solutions Sdn Bhd for the past like almost 6 years by now, right? It's already when we started, we do understand the intention lah first time masa start dulu, because dah kerja lama dalam corporate, right? We've been working in the corporate, and we see one of the challenges that businesses have or corporates have is actually to manage their administration or manage their management, including money lah. Money is always one of the issues in business, any business, right? Terlebih duit pun isu, terbanyak duit pun isu, right? Kan macam tu lah kan, atau kurang duit pun issues. And the things that I can see when the company have challenges in financial, the first thing they do, they cut. Itu je lah kan, dia cerita cut. At that time point of time, kita akan tanya, dah habis dah potong, nak potong apa lagi kan, right? So I think the idea of having this for business and to support company to look into the loophole that they haven't seen, kan kadang-kadang betul ada in terms of management, can include money, can include people and all that. So that's what we do in the company. And I think recently, after meeting you, I think recently after that, I think few years ago, I started to actually involve in more of NGOs, Sis Shirin and Sis Nazreen, and this eventually you become part of the coaches if it are NGOs, because NGOs normally will provide coaches to support a business owner, to support individuals and all that. And I think it's good. I kind of like this, the things that I do, because on top of the business that I run, I nampak I can give value to people. Tadi pagi tu kita cakap kan, sama ada return of investment or return of value, and I can see helping others, assisting others, either personal or company, really help me feel I'm doing something good, not only to help companies to grow, but also to help individual to grow. And that's when actually I came in to the woman MWC kan, dan terjumpalah you all semua, and suddenly I punya network pun satu, I can see a different a different side of the world, the business that I did, and I feel great, but after meeting you all. And after that, you ladies start to invite me to actually come and do better. We can see not only business, so I can see more than what I can do for business as much as I can do for people lah, but in group kan. But in group. So as a business owner, I can I do understand the challenges, Sis Shirin and Sis Nazreen, because I also have running business, people to pay and all that. And as an individual, nanti kejap lagi kita share kan how people say banyaknya Emilia ada duit, Emilia start business tak ada duit, tak pinjam tak apa. So I think until today after the 6 years, belum lagi, insyaAllah kalau kata more expansion needed, yang itu kita kena tanya dengan Sis Nazreen lah kan, dia punya trick and tips lah how to do that. Sis Nazreen, go to you. This is your
since my audio is back kan, alhamdulillah, syukur, alhamdulillah. A little bit about myself. Before becoming an entrepreneur myself, I was actually an employee, a salary earner. Duduk dalam bank dah 25 tahun. Alright. So sambil-sambil buat kerja kat bank tu, because I was actually in the area of managing credit risk. Alright. So it has got to do with financials, the ability to repay installments and stuff like that. Bila kita tengok actually dalam companies accounts kan, especially banyak improvements can be done in the account. And kalau kita tengok satu persatu, basically it's the intention of the business owner which is actually driving the financial. Sebab business kan ada wawasan, you nak apa, this and that. But how you drive the financials will produce that outcome of what the business nak. So I've decided to leave the banking, be an employee tu dah tinggalkan. And now I'm running a coaching business. Why coaching? Because coaching is a way that bila you put questions forward, it makes a person think. And when you are thinking, you will revisit back that drive of that financial that you are doing. Because my forte is financial, so I decided to do a coaching in financial aspects. And biasalah nak dapatkan knowledge coaching ni, this and that, kita jumpalah kat MWC kan, Muslim Women Coaching. There I met you, I met Sis Shirin, and many other friends, sisters. So Alhamdulillah, to me, living an employment into becoming an entrepreneur itself kan, it is not just I have knowledge in financial, boom, I jalan. Tak. I am still acquiring, in the process of acquiring skills. There's a lot of skills kalau you nak buat business that you need to acquire. Marketing, this tech stuff, the one that we just encountered just now, that's part of it. The art of, handling customers, there's a lot. So basically, the mind kalau dah minat nak buat something, dia akan trigger, what else that you need, what can you supplement so that your business move forward. So it's sort of that resourceful thinking which Sister Shirin was mentioning earlier. That is just one direction into setting up a business. It could be while you are still an employee, but you want to do more. Then you give life more to the company, to the people that you service, you will get more life back, inshallah. That's what we believe in. And so that's a little bit of my intro story, how I became an entrepreneur despite being an employee for 25 years. Dah ujung-ujung dah orang kata kategori dah nak retire.
Apa sih? You 25, I'm 23. So it's okay. So I think
lebih kurang
actually hear from someone who really actually kita kata kita punya sipu lah pasal dia buat business lagi lama kan. Tell us what make you jump into the business and what make you stay?
Thank you. I pula kalau nak fikirkan I ni macam mana nak I'm still learning guys, sisters. Aku nak pin benda ni. Macam mana aku nak pin?
We learn together.
Mari kita tengok macam mana aku nak pin. Tadi I dah pin sister. Macam mana aku nak pin lah? Sister tahu tak how nak pin?
Tahu pin, pergi dekat tiga dot tu.
I think I dekat situ, lepas tu begini. Tu dia. Okay.
Tak, tadi dah buat, lepas tu dia kata mana pergi.
Lupa. Okay, so how did I start? Actually, in my entire lifetime, I never had any intention langsung nak buat business. Kan my entire family semua employees. Semua employees. Both my parents were educators. My father was a teacher. My mother went from teaching to lecturing. So I memang duduk kat bergading lah. So half the time, that's why I spend a lot of time around library. Sebab my mother is a pensyarah. When she goes for her lectures, dia parkir je I dekat library. And then parkir je kat library. I pun meronda lah library tu. And then the best part is the library tu mana ada buku budak-budak. Dekat situ lah I belajar the birds and the bees. Macam-macam psikologi tu I was always ahead of my time. Baca psikologi I was like 8. Macam adik terus. And then macam-macam lah I belajar when I was young kan. So never had the intention of being in business. So I just want to share with all of you. I'm not sure who's listening, tapi I really wanted to share with you that for some of us, we are very fortunate. The mindset of finances, the understanding of money matters came very early. And for Sister Emilia, with your background, you really had to figure it out. So you were street smart and you had to figure it out. For me, I lived a very privileged life. My mother gave me apa nak dapat, nak KFC, dapat McDonald's, dapat pizza, dapat banyak lah.
Lucky of you.
Betul. I memang tak kenal susah. Suruh tak pernah tak ada kereta, sentiasa ada kereta. I was chauffeur driven everywhere. Lepas tu kau tengok tu, ni apa kejadian, kenapa orang ramai, tak tahu, semua tak tahu. And then when I go to a house and I go, kenapa rumah diorang tak cukup bilik, that kind of questions tau, because tak faham. Tak faham, kadang tak faham. So I not very privileged lah. On top of that, Alhamdulillah Allah telah menganugerahkan saya a couple of gifts ya. So I tak pernah pun susah dalam bidang pembelajaran. Getting an A wasn't a problem for me. I dapat 5A lah, 7As lah, grade 1 lah, tak ada masalah. So to get sponsorship pergi belajar luar negara pun tak ada masalah, senang je dapat. So as you can see kan, kehidupan I almost for 20 years ya. Pompang orang semua susah, I tak faham. I tak faham ya. My life started ya bila I masuk bekerja. Bila I masuk bekerja, orang had expectations on me, and then yang ini I tak faham. I tak faham kenapa dia orang marah. Macam ni lah, buat senang je. To me it was easy. Tapi bila orang tak faham, dia nak difahamkan. I did not know how to help them. And because of that, financially I wasn't paid well. My first salary being a degree holder, my friends were all earning about 1,008 to 2,002. I was earning at 1,006. I was very unhappy. I went to the best school, best universities, best grades semua ni, and tak dapat salary that I thought I deserve. At that time kan tak faham. Kalau I bagi employer kita semua employer sekarang kan, if I give you 1,006, what can you give me? Betul tak? That is employer. You give me, I give you 1,006, I should get 3,002 back from you. Yang kita ni ingatkan, kenapa I tak dapat gaji yang setimpal dengan kelayakan I. Apa kelayakan I sebenarnya? Degree paper holder je. Ini untuk adik-adik yang dengar ni, yang baru grad ya. Kita semua ada kertas je. Ilmu tak ada. Nak suruh buat kerja tak reti. So sebenarnya bos kena ajar kita macam mana nak kerja. We didn't understand that. So I was expecting money lah. I was expecting what I thought I deserve. So tak puas hati.
Dah belajar penat-penat.
Kononnya pandai ya. Konon pandai. Dalam kepala tu rasa macam pandai. So what I did was after I think 2 to 3 years about 4 to 5 years lah I was in employment. The first 2 years tak boleh keluar sebab recession kan. So I stayed about 4 or 5 years lah I kerja. And I decided this is not for me lah. I tak ada kerja dengan, at that time bos tak pandai I pandai kan. So bos tak pandai, I pandai. So I decided to kerja sendiri. Sebenarnya freelancing je, tapi rasa macam hebat rasa hebat. Freelancing, tapi rasa macam ada bisnes sendiri. Tak tahu beza dia antara freelancing dengan owning a business, being a business owner. Until I went to an NGO program, and this lady asked me, what do you do? So kata, I have a business owner. I have a business. Dan dia kata, business apa? So kata, I'm a writer. Okay, dia kata, so what do you write? Dah cakap apa I buat kan? So you are a freelancer. So I got very insulted. I kata, no, I have a business. Yelah, dia kata, ni akak-akak, NGO kan banyak akak-akak kan? Lepas tu dia kata ke I, tak, betul lah, you are actually a freelancer. Why would you say that? I have a business, pictures and pen. I have a business je, I do. Apa ni kan, betul lah. Wah, marah ni. So what happened was, because of that, financially, I wasn't apt ya. I tak boleh sebab dengan ego dia, dengan cas pandai ni, dengan hebatnya. So I had a lot of trouble making ends meet. Dia macam kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang. Bulan ni dapat 5,000, bulan tu dapat 3,000, bulan tu tak dapat apa-apa, negatif. So I had that susahnya berniaga ni. Other people were doing very well. So I macam stress sikit lah kan. Kenapa susah sangat dapat duit ni? Kenapa? Kononnya I dah pandai, tapi tak pandai juga kan. And then I found my network, semua, but it really took me a long time. I think I was in my 30s, mid-30s, I perasan apakah itu dia dunia perniagaan. Baru nak faham the name, business plan, baru nak faham leverage, baru nak faham networking, relationship, semua baru nak faham. Mid-30s baru nak faham.
Orang dah 40s baru nak keluar?
Baru nak faham. Lepas tu in my 40s baru faham passive income. In my 40s tau, I dah kata, kan. Duk beli kereta lah, beli rumah lah, apa semua bad debt. Not bad debt lah, semua bleeding lah. Yeah, these are property or what you consider as investment. Tapi sebenarnya tak investment je, sebenarnya benda yang mengeluarkan duit daripada poket kita sebenarnya. So I had 2 cars, I had rumah, I had property semua, tapi semua tu adalah bukan property yang membuat duit untuk I, tapi sebenarnya yang mengeluarkan duit daripada I.
To your lifestyle lah basically.
My lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. 40s Okay. And then in my mid 40s barulah faham lah, ya ke nak kena ada invest. Nak kena ada different charge. Nak kata duit untuk investment, duit untuk education, duit untuk berbelanja, duit untuk membeli, duit untuk macam-macam. Barulah faham. So sekarang ni nak touch 50, barulah nak belajar cari adalah passive income sana sini, adalah kita investment sana sini kan. Tapi sebenarnya it took me this long to have a relationship with money in such a way that when the money comes into my pocket, it stays. So what I want to bring to your attention, sisters and listeners, for some of us, it's boleh nak faham apakah kita nak buat dengan duit tu buat apa untuk kita. It comes at a different time. A lot dulu I nak kaya sebab I nak beli bag, I nak nak sama-sama dengan my friends yang fly overseas, pergi Paris, I wanted to keep up with the Joneses because I tak puatilah, I pun pandai kan, I pun ada business kan, kenapa I tak boleh bersemua ni. But now I understand, lama ya sisters, that duit ni sebenarnya dia kena bekerja keras untuk you. Dan untuk dia bekerja keras untuk you, dia kena ada dulu. So I had to understand this. I had to understand duit ni sebenarnya sentiasa ada sekiranya kita pandai jaga dia. Dan bila kita jaga dia jaga kita balik. Apa yang telah berlaku dulu ialah bila ada duit, I tak nak pegang. I beli kereta lah, beli rumah lah, beli beg lah, beli kasut lah, beli baju lah. Jadi duit tu, dia perasaan yang kita ialah, you tak nak kat I. Bila I datang dekat you give me away. So sekarang ni relationship tu nak tukar ialah, when I come to you, I will make you grow. I'll find you a home and then you will grow. Ni mindset lah So that is why sekarang ni dulu bisnes 8 jadi 2. Buang banyak-banyak tu fokus
yang tak diperlukan.
Itu apa business excited nak buat business, tapi macam mana nak buat sampai 8 kan. So I only focus on 2, and then out of passion I took up coaching. Macam Sis Nazreen kata, is one of the one way Sister Emilia buat kan, it's the only one way that I know I can give back. So I took up coaching. So 2 business dan 1 coaching. Sebab tu dah saya berada di mana saya sekarang. Tapi sebenarnya kan Sis Emilia, kalau boleh masa I 55 ke 60 nak retire lah, tak larat sebenarnya. Tak tahu dah.
When if you ask young generation, in fact when I ask my kids, they always look up, okay, I'm going to be millionaire by 25, okay, and I think everyone want to say, oh, I don't want to work. But if let's say if a person ask me, Emilia, you tak nak ke stop, biar let the money run for you, I can say something like this: I will actually work until I die. The moment I stop working, I died already. So come back to macam cakap lah, once bila kita cerita pasal financial, of course the first thing that kita buat financial, bila kita tak cukup financial tu, kita akan kerja for ourselves, but when we come already to the point that I think we think that actually we dah kaya, dah ada duit, cukup duit lah katakan, right? So we should work for others,
yes,
by giving others, so I always have that in mind. Of course lah, my vision is actually not only to work for myself, to have money and all that, but also work for others, giving opportunity to others, supporting others to have, because the more we help, we hope they help others as well. Now, how fantastic if we can live in the world yang orang kata yang kita tak perlu, orang kata betul susah tengok orang betul tidur tepi jalan. Of course sekarang kat Malaysia alhamdulillah tak teruk lah. Ada kita pergi kat setengah tempat si Shirin atau Nazreen. But I think last year February, and I went to India, Mumbai. I've been to India few times lah, because before this I travel and all that. Tapi this is the first time yang betul-betul duduk turun dekat tengah jalan tu berjalan, because when you were there for betul really not like working like when I was in the airline, you duduk situ, you boleh berjalan keluar. Then I realised that how lucky people in Malaysia if they see what really happened over that side in India kan. Cuma bezanya kalau kita tidak start orang kata set a certain way of the way that we think, the way that we do, we might end up like that. Duduk rumah orang kaya ni pergi depan, okey lah ini I punya orang kata yang bawa kita berjalan tu apa nama? Tour guide. Bergila-gila nak suruh ambil gambar depan rumah Shahrukh Khan, depan rumah Anita Bachchan. Okeylah kan ambil. Tapi I kata I tak nak ambil. Sebab I ni bukan memang kalau nampak artis pun I tak pergi ambil gambar kan. Dia suruh juga ambil. I think lepas tu semua orang pergi ambil. Mungkin dia ingat kita pun nak pergi ambil. Dan dalam hati I terdetik, macam kenapa aku nak ambil gambar depan gate Anita Bachchan dengan Shahrukh Khan ni, pasal orang tidur kat tepi jalan tu. Kat tepi-tepi tu. Dan actually dia tell me, okay, some people their life is not lucky as that, right? Some people life is so lucky, like what Shirin said just now, you're so lucky you get everything. But some people also do not have that privilege like me, but eventually, alhamdulillah, of course lah, it also go back to this lah kan, to Allah kan, who give me this rezeki. But at the end of the day, kita bukan cakap rezeki tak datang golek kan.
Betul.
Rezeki tak datang golek. So kalau orang cakap lah, dia tak apalah dia untung, dia tak apalah dia lelaki. And then I always said that look back into our relationship with money. Shirin, I've been when I actually left school, I start kerja lepas SPM kan, cerita-cerita lepas SPM. Masa tu tengok kawan-kawan pergi universiti. Back then if you come from kampung and your friend go to university, and then you dekat dalam sekolah you consider one of the smartest, tiba-tiba you tak pergi sekolah, now you pergi kerja. The young, vulnerable, I can say that, bila jumpa kawan dia kutuk sebab you tak pergi sekolah, dia ingat sebab you menggeti you tak mau belajar, you dah pemalas nak belajar, all these negativity come to you. I even sampai tak balik kampung because malu. Terus terang bukan tak malu kalau kita tak pergi belajar universiti sebab kita kat dalam sekolah ala-ala grade tak tiba-tiba keluar lepas SPM. And people always thought that actually if you do not continue to university because you do not have interest in education anymore. No, because money ataupun financial determine that. Because bukan semua orang ada orang kata opportunity to get funding ataupun to dapat beasiswa. Macam for me, mungkin kalau kata I minta dulu, insya-Allah boleh dapat, tetapi beasiswa hanya untuk you nak pergi belajar. Ya, family you dekat rumah, adik-adik kat rumah nak makan. Beasiswa tak boleh bagi kita, nak bagi makan-makan all this. So it's not about beasiswa, something is the whole thing yang kita nak tengok, of course. Jadi bila kita pergi keluar, orang-orang bercakap. So I sampai bila cerita pasal relationship ni, because I understand how difficult to get the money.
Yes.
Yeah. And the way that I earn, the way that I spend, back then is really orang kata dari awal macam ada tabung lah, cuma I tak buka lah tabung apa letak, because duit gaji 500 kot. Ya, gaji pertama 500. Ya, gaji 500. Lepas tolak EPF so dapat 400.5. 300.5 hantar kat rumah ya. 300 sama. Ada lagi yang lebih kurang 100 lah kan, lebih kurang kan. RM50 bayar sewa bilik ke rumah ke, macam tu kan. So macam mana nak makan? Nak makan pagi pasar malam. Okey, dulu pasar malam, bukan sekarang lah, pasar malam dulu kan. Pergi pasar malam tu tak ni yang kuali besar tu. Balik besar tu kan. RM1 dulu RM1. Sekarang mahal kot. Sekarang apa? Ni tu yang Boeing.
Dah
Tak
lama
sure,
tak pergi pasar
lama
malam.
tak pergi malam.
Lama dah tak semalam. Beli RM1 tu bagi dua tu. Satu makan malam tu, besok panaskan untuk siang. Malam esok continue. It's RM1. No, that's how actually we control I personally control my food. But of course rezeki makin bertambah bila kita kerja kan. Bila kita nak lebih, kita kerja part time. So I spend my youth is actually by working day and night. Lepas balik kerja lagi. Lepas balik kerja lagi. So when you actually earn as much as your blood, your sweat, everything, you know every single cent count. So even though when I become a cabin crew, stewardess kan, gaji kita banyak masa tu Nazreen. Orang lain belilah handbag ke Gucci ke LV ke, dah tengok korang belilah. You know, memanglah bag tu sebab gaji kita dah banyak kan, tetapi because of the what you call it, the hardship, you know, that I actually face masa tu, I rasa macam nak beli beg 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 lebih tu mahal nak mampus lah kan. So sampailah walaupun dah jadi stewardess tu, fly sampai ke London sana, pakai jeans pun RM20 beli kat Sungai Wang. Well, people still call you stewardess. Doesn't matter lah pakai jeans RM20 pun kan. I can actually agree macam you cakap lah, you know. Kita bergantung, kita apa-apa pun kita kena tengok. Kalau kita tak pandai nak manage how we earn, at least kita kena pandai to manage how we spend.
Right. So sisters, nak bring to your attention tu sebab today kita conversation ni pasal bila kita ada duit apa kita buat kan. Jadi Sister Nazreen, you were in a banking, so you have seen Sister Emilia, because of her life, she became very prudent in the way she spent and she knew how to manage her money. I pula tak erti jaga duit sampai dekat 40 years old, like that, 40 plus, barulah nak macam terfikir. It's not that I tak ada barang, it's just that tak faham barang tu buat apa untuk kita. And then it's that mindset, that relationship tu yang I'm sure Sister Nazreen in the banking kan, you nampak macam manusia kan. And then bila dapat duit apa dia buat kan. So what I really wanted to I don't tahu lah sisters, today lah our intention kan, we wanted to bring to the community who's listening to us, mungkin dalam recording nanti kan, bila kita dapat duit ni, apakah tanggapan kita pada duit? Okay, maybe for your experience Sister Nazreen ataupun bila dapat duit ni, apa nak buat dengan duit ni? Ya, I dapat RM10, I nak buat apa dengan duit ni? Because of my life kan, Sister Emilia, Sister Nazreen kan, because I had such a privileged life, I was very careless with money. Dengan anak-anak I, they are privileged in terms of their necessities. Makan sedap, baju cantik kan. Tapi nak benda apa-apa yang luar daripada necessity, lantaklah kau nak macam mana. Macam dulu I dapat, my mother will buy all kind of stuff kan. Anak phone ke, radio ke, nak buku comel ke apa ke, anything that is outside of necessity, I kata you earn, you buy. So that's because from my life, I realized that I wasn't smart in terms of finances until I achieved my 40s. So Sister Nazreen, where you have your experience with a lot of people kat banking semua kan, all your crisis management semua kat sana kan, selalunya from your experience kan, kebanyakan daripada kita lah bila dapat duit kan, when they earn, how they spend, how they save, how they invest. This is our conversation today kan. What have in your experience looking at people, apa behavior manusia sebenarnya?
Tak payah jauh sangatlah look at people. I was also, a woman. I'm also a woman yang terlajak dengan, that shopping, handbags, this and that. And I learned the hard way. Alright. Learn the hard way and dah dibetulkan. Alhamdulillah, insyaAllah. Hope it stays. Okay. Yang kita nampak lah, alright. Income, earning, theoretically ni actually is unlimited tau. Theoretically ni it's unlimited. Kita yang beranggapan I cannot get that much, I cannot do this because my skills is not at par, I don't have the time, I don't have the skills, this and that, this and that, this and that. Kalau you remove semua-semua tu, income kita ni sebenarnya unlimited. theoretically lah. Sebab praktikal kita tak buat macam tu. Kan? Tak rezeki pun bila the one has given us memang actually cukup. Alright? So bila you ada income and after that adalah spending. Spending biasa. Spending ni pula macam-macam. Ada yang memang basic needs, makan, minum, handphone is also basic. I think nowadays internet line is considered basic, kan? For transportation, shelter. Lepas tu ada lebih. Bila dah ada lebih sikit tu, bila you ada income, you ada spending, kat tengah-tengah tu lebih kan? Dah tolak kan? Dekat lebih tu kan, mata mulalah berpino-pino. Kan? Nak itu, nak ini. Oh, kan best kalau ada gitu, kan best kalau ada gini, this and that. But cuba you fikirkan yang kat tengah-tengah tu dah tolak yang basic needs, makan minum semua dah tolak dah. Your electricity bills ke apa ke, whatever loan at this point in time yang kita ada, kita nak kena bayar kan? Dah settle, ada lebih. Lepas tu nak buat apa? Simpan duit tu beranak. Kalau savings berapa je sangat kan? Kalau masuk investment kena faham ada risk. Pros and cons. Semua ke nak masuk investment? Semua ke nak savings? Semua ke nak enjoy sakan ikut nafsu kita kan? As human being kita tak boleh lari kan? So that middle part tu, the availability of your cash yang you ada tu, you nak buat apa? My style is I always have an objective. How I want the money to help me grow in business, as a person, in skills or whatever. I put it aside. Kalau you tak ada that nawai tu, macam mana you nak be disciplined and put it aside? And as a human being, nak jugalah, I ni suka stationery. When I see a new pen being launched by, for example, Pilot, sedap, tulis ke tidak tak tahu lagi ke, must buy one. So for my, orang kata apa, untuk buat I rasa best, I akan letak satu cap amount. Bulan ni whatever it is tak boleh lebih, for example lah, 50 ke 100 ke, depending, So if whatever thing yang I suka, tiba-tiba I rasa macam cantik lah kasut ni, lebih daripada 100 kan, okay, then I will not use this 100, I will use my next month's 100, I bring it, I purchase it, so that I tak lari daripada my set budget for myself. So all these things are actually planning, So dalam availability yang you ada tu, it's like that 6 jar, 7 jar system in a way, but I decide how much that percentage or the amount and according to which jar that I want for what. So kalau you tak ada benda tu, semua dalam you punya mind, senang sangat kita ikut kita punya, mind, nafsu, belilah, bayarlah, pay lah, never mind. Especially kalau you purchase pakai credit card. Tak bila bil datang, terduduk nak bayar macam mana, kan?
Betul.
Tapi I rasa sis, I like you punya tu yang kata kita tak lepas tu bayar. Nasib baik sekarang COVID, yang I tengok selalu kalau orang muda ni dia suka berjalan kalau masa tak ada COVID dulu. Credit card tu seronok pergi swipe dekat hotel semua tu kan. So because I think holiday is part of the cukup hari Minggu mesti kena keluar. Ini pengalaman kita observe ni kan, hari Minggu kena keluar. Tapi dia keluar menggunakan tu lah. Bahaya kad skeping tu kan. Bahaya kad skeping tu swipe.
Bila kita nak guna credit card ni, kita kena fikir tau. Kita ada tak that cash already, that lump sum yang kita nak belanja tu. Let's say I nak guna untuk I don't know, maybe a handbag RM500. Do I actually have that physical RM500? So bila you nak pakai credit card, perasaan you sama tak kalau you nak keluarkan cash RM500? Kalau you rasa macam sayanglah I nak take out my RM500 cash, jangan guna credit card you. Right? Why can't you just use your debit card? So it's a question. It's a question checking back.
I think one of the things that we should be really looking at kan, in my opinion lah, like you said, you must have a budget. Tapi again, kalau kita talk about relationship with money, kita nak ada positive relationship with money. Kalau kita ada budget ni, what is our mindset? Kita tak nak mindset kita limitation. if you have a budget and our mind kata I'm limited to 500 ringgit this month, then the mindset is limitation. My relationship with money is I'm limited to 500 only. So tapi what I wanted to I just want to share lah, because I pun dulu kedekut. Duit tak cukup kan. So macam bila I spend money kan, macam I happy lah bawa anak-anak I keluar makan, and then I spend about say 100 ringgit. Dah habis lah makan 100 ringgit tu, I say, oh my god, I spend 100 ringgit on food. Now, esok nak makan apa You know, so that is a poor relationship with money. Patutnya dah belajar 100 ringgit tu, kan jelas 100 ringgit. It shouldn't be a problem because that was part of your discipline. So what I have done in my lifetime kan, after the just system, I tak tahu lah, I'm such an advocate of the just system. It saved my life. Okay, kalau tidak duit I sentiasa dalam keadaan negatif, stress aku dulu. Sebab tak reti pakai credit card, tak faham, don't understand credit card ni facility, dia bukan necessity, dia facility. Jadi sekarang ni kenapa you guna credit card? Jangan gunakan credit card untuk berhutang. Gunakan credit card saja, ada facilities. Ada bila kita gunakan credit card, dia allow us to access certain things. Tapi kalau credit card ni adalah satu perkara yang you tak boleh berdisiplin, don't have it. Jangan ada benda kalau you tak faham, jangan buat, jangan pakai. So that was one thing I learned. And then I got one debit card. Now ada e-wallet. Best gila sekarang ni kan, our facilities kan tak payah ada.
Betul. Lepas tu lupa sendiri apa kita beli lah.
Apa aku beli tadi kan. Lepas tu I suka sebab my splurge account, I split into my debit card, and then I split into my e-wallet. Dan sebab I jarang berbelanja, because I don't have a need to splurge. Semua duit I gunakan my active income yang necessity tu. The splurge income tu compound. Dia bertambah. So bila so tiba-tiba my perhubungan I dengan duit tu adalah sentiasa ada. Dia bukan limited tu apa. Dulu adalah, sekarang tak ada sebab the account has grown. Why? Because when you have the concept of I sentiasa ada, I tak perlu beli sekarang. That is a very powerful shift for me tau. Dulu kalau ada sale je, kalau tak beli sekarang ni rugi lah. Kan? I kena beli. Tapi sekali kalau sale tengok, I perlu ke? Alah, sini next month pun ada.
Alah, jangan kat macam tu dulu kan. Tak perlu tunggu sale. Bila badan kecil, kita beli baju RM10 pun boleh masuk, sis. Sekarang cuba beli baju RM10 tu, dia masuk tangan je.
Betul. That is true. So let's have a chat with this. All of us here, Sister Nazreen, Sister Emilia, and myself, we have learned to discipline ourselves. Maybe Sister Emilia, Sister Nazreen, we go in turns. Sister Emilia, what is your discipline with money? You know, what is it that you have done in such a way that your money is growing for you, and then you have enough for your children, for yourself, and you have enough to invest in other people, you know? So what was that starting point for you, yang your discipline tu, that your money grew daripada RM500 tu to where you are today? And then Sister Nazreen pun jawab jugalah, you know, what was your discipline daripada employee mindset yang shopping bagai nak rak tu, lepas tu jadi to the realization of your relationship with money today. Then I'll share mine juga. Sister Emilia?
Okay, I think macam I tadi lah, macam I cakap kan, as much we know how to if we know how to earn, we know how to spend. Tapi kalau kita tahu hanya nak spend je, tapi earning kita sama je level kan, which actually benda tu tidak akan bagus lah kan. Of course tidak akan bagus. But when you ask me how I do it, okay, the way that I spend, the way that I spend back then is different. Yeah, because when I only earn 500, I have other expenses to take upon. I a bit kedekut lah in terms of how I'm going to spend, because at that time I have my mother's house to take care, I have father's house because they separated, so I have two different house to take care kan. But when I think so I very clear, the way that I spend tu memang kira very minimum lah. Even though orang kata my first, okay, I bought my first house when I actually 30s. I bought car also when I 30. So question dia, earn banyak apa you buat sebelum tu? Semua for my parents, for siblings and all that. I tak kisahlah korang bawa lah kereta apa pun, aku naik LRT, aku naik bus. Muka cantik-cantik, pakai lawa, kita naik bus kan dengan bangla. It's okay for me because it's not about what people think of me, but what I you know how I want to live my life. But alhamdulillah, I think Allah see like this, the more you give, the more you come back to you. That's what I believe. So every single RM1 that I give to you know my parents, for example, it come back to me RM100 from I tak tahu from nowhere lah, income in bentuk rezeki kan. So bila kita betul fikir macam tu, sebab kadang-kadang macam you cakap lah tadi kan, apa tu sis, kalau kita actually spend, kita kedekut, kalau kita actually kedekut pun kita tak pergi kan. So spending, I always believe like this, walaupun mendapat 100 pun, dalam 100 tu Allah dah tentukan dalam RM100 tu mesti ada bercertain persen untuk orang lain, untuk orang lain. That's the first thing that I believe lah. So maknanya kalau kata kita ada RM100 kita give to other people. So as much as actually I want to spend, I also learn how to actually to increase my income. So I tak tahu macam mana nak pinjam dengan orang. So far I tak pernah lagi pergi kat cakap I pinjam. Sebab apa? Kita tahu sebab kita masih ada tulang tulang pak kerat, jadi kita bekerja kan, So I always look into how to actually to develop myself. Right? Develop yourself is not only experience yang kita kerja hari-hari, pergi kerja, balik kerja, pergi kerja, itu experience juga sebenarnya. Tetapi cukupkah dengan experience yang banyak tu? Soalan dia kan. So I always keep learning. So one of my tabung is about learning. You know, from SPM, come back to degree, come back to master and have professional certificates and all that, all self-funded. Soalan gaji, okay, macam you cakap tadi, masa you start 1,600 kan, I sis dah over tu when I actually come back to work in corporate after my first degree, because I actually working by studying, right. So lepas I resign daripada airline that I work with, I nak start kerja corporate because kita tahu memang my intention not to work in that company for long, because I know because I want to work until mati kan. Takkanlah nak jadi grandmother lagi, nenek pergi dulu kan, takkanlah kan. So tak nak lah. Jadi nenek vok nenek vok bawa beg, tapi kan nenek kan tak grey hair kan, tak ada. So tapi bila you nak melepaskan kerja yang memang consider established, gaji banyak ya, gaji RM45,000 tu, you nak lepaskan lepas dapat degree tu, you nak start, the company out there only pay me based on my fresh grad, walaupun I dah ada more than 10 years working experience. Macam you cakap lah, taking advantage, because if you take it or you leave it, because for them you still actually kerja, you tak ada experience that job, you memang you ambil degree tetapi you kerja dulu angkat tea dengan kopi. This is the real story. And for some people, they will say, alamak, tak nak lah, because you know this is the money. Kalau if I actually tinggalkan, I takkan dapat banyak ni. So I will never start anything new. But for me, I said no, it's not about now, it's about future. So future, how I visualize my future if I stay long enough in the airline. Yeah, and I visualize my future if I start something now, because living in the airline or working within the airline at that point of time, you are not in control on your future. Now, when you work in corporate, at least you have in control in your future. You can actually
macam secured.
Secured, right? Memang the money is there. So I say never mind, because I'm talking about future. I'm not talking about now. Now memanglah masih cantik, masih jelita, okay kan? But true enough, when the airlines start to actually have major retrenchment for the past few years, in fact before COVID pun kan, I can see some of my friends actually get lay off from the job, and to start back at that age is not that easy. Now I know that I have made a right decision early on, because we need to look in the future. Anything that we want to do in life, I believe, in fact, even no duit, we always about vision. How you vision your money. RM100 ni Memanglah RM100, but in the future, what is RM100 meant to you? If we can look into that, I think personally, I look for RM100, kalau I simpan, I ambil degree, I dapat ni. Kalau ambil master, dapat ni. Bukan kerana degree master bagi gaji banyak, tak. The knowledge that I acquire really make me actually understand better. Kata contoh, kalau when I SPM dulu, in order for me to survive, kita kena kerja kuat. Pergi kerja part time, cari kerja part time, jual ni contoh. Tapi tak pernah jual lah, ni bagi contoh Tetapi bila dah ada knowledge, kita walaupun kita spend tu nampak macam banyak nak kena keluar duit ni, nak kena spend, nak pergi belajar benda baru ni. Tetapi the value, macam tadi cakap, return on investment or return on value, the value that I can get from the learning is not about the gaji lebih tau, tetapi the mindset that I actually can think. Bila I kata tak cukup, macam mana I nak, kalau orang kampung macam kita, orang cakap rona, nak rona tau. I tak tahu apa perkataan tu, nak rona keadaan kita tu. Jadi apa yang terjadi bila I dah reach to certain level my corporate journey, kan? Bila I nak start business tu, I cakap dulu aku kerja kilang je. I mean, kerja-kerja macam tu pun aku boleh, dengan SPM pun aku boleh survive. Agak-agak kalau berhenti takkan mati kot. Susah ya. Tapi belum pernah lagi kita dengar orang mati tepi jalan lah. So I took that because once again, it's what vision that I have if I become entrepreneur. Because being an entrepreneur, I can see that I can plan myself better. I can achieve what I can achieve, and I don't have to wait that 60 years old to get to be retired. Because I ni perangai I ni, I will never allow people to terminate me. I will terminate myself. Maksudnya kan, terminate diri sendiri. Kita rasa bangga daripada kalau orang retrench kita, walaupun retrench dapat duit, tapi dia punya, for me the way that I feel, kalau kena retrench macam you are no longer needed. So I will tell the company, you no longer needed. I will go and get the new job. So I think kalau bila you tanya what is the way that I think, I always look future. Walaupun kadang-kadang future is not promising. It's not promising. But future is something that I believe. Future macam orang cakap, ni tak payah cari banyak. Yang penting kita, biasa dengar kita tak payah cari duit banyak. Yang penting kita ingat Allah, nanti mati. Mati pun kita perlu duit tau. Mati pun perlu duit. So bila ada orang cakap kita tak perlu cari banyak, yang penting kita ingat akhirat. Untuk ingat akhirat, kan, bukan setakat saja kita ingat akhirat untuk ingat akhirat tu orang yang kita tolong, kalau kita boleh bantu orang, kalau kita banyak duit pun actually membantu juga. Dalam agama, I believe kalau kita tengok orang dalam agama pun, dia tak ajar kita untuk jadi miskin, dia ajar kita untuk jadi kaya. That's how I see moving future. I think Sis Nazreen kalau kita tak habis pasal lebih kaya ni
Sis Nazreen pula.
Itulah tu, dengar cerita Emilia, dengar cerita Shirin kan, I rasa macam wow. Kan, my hijrah lah, I would call it as hijrah kan, from employment to being an entrepreneur, and it has got a lot to do with money. For me to start a business, memang nak kena ada duit. Okay, nombor satu is bila you niat, you nak duit untuk apa? Kita bukan setakat nak saving, just have a lot of money. How you want the money to work for you? For me personally, the money that I have, I want it to work for me in a way that it can equip me with a lot of resources so that I can give back to society. So one of my tabung, despite my spending, my other things, one of my big jar is actually the skills, the training, what else I can improve so that I can give back to society. And with this, I guna duit ni untuk training, enhance my knowledge, this and that, go for courses, macam-macam. With that knowledge yang I bawa balik, that knowledge tu I akan cuba olahkan so that I boleh expand that earning. Kan kita kata income tu is actually unlimited sebenarnya. So I will work in that manner. I would rather focus on expanding that income punya source tu, that vision tu, make it like a very, orang kata apa, pandangan capang, buka besar kan, bukan cembung, capang. And with that right intention for you to give back to society, tak kira dalam bentuk macam mana, maybe training ke, coaching ke, you know, some are paid, some are even, orang kata apa, free. I do give, alright. So rezeki yang datang balik, insya-Allah kita nak it's with, orang kata apa, berkat. Bila dia berkat, bila you nak enjoy untuk, let's say, makan, minum, pergi restoran ke apa ke, even though you don't go to a big restaurant, you go to a normal restaurant, you spend dengan your time with family with simple food, nikmat tu ada, pleasure tu ada. So for me, I don't really go for value in terms of RM. It's that inner peace, it's that comfort, it's that satisfaction when I talk about that portion of spending, you know. So the focus is always more on how I can give back to the society, which will indirectly, you know, the Almighty akan usahakan that rezeki part, because you punya lawa itu tu kena betul. Alright, kalau you punya mindset tu, you tak sayang diri you dari segi that spiritually, you know, I'm not just talking about me being a Muslim, it could be for all you audience, you know, in your own respective beliefs, right? If you don't love yourself, macam mana you nak have that love relationship dengan money? Because money tu sebenarnya just sebagai medium for you to get where you want to get. And bila money to grow, inside you will grow because your money is growing for a purpose. Ada sebab. Bukan simpan duit bawah bantal. You know, bagi dia kerja, bagi dia kerja. Kalau dalam company pun, janganlah ambil, you know, directors leakages, kalau so prop partnership, drawings, bawa balik masuk orang poket kiri, poket kanan kan. Masuk balik dalam company, let the company grow. Buat duit tu bekerja balik. What else can the money do for the company, do for you as a person? So that's how I look at it. You know, Alhamdulillah so far running this business is still using my own funds. So bila funds tu dah mula macam, you know, kurang, you know, automatically the mind will start thinking, what else can I do? What else can this available money work for me so that I can expand that, you know, buat dia lagi, you know, capang punya view. Orang Melaka yang cakap-cakapang je lah.
Tadi owner. Keluar macam-macam ni tu.
So hari ni macam-macam tu yang I tak faham. Okay, so yeah, it's a very good sharing lah, sister semua. I rasa today has been a very good session. InsyaAllah nanti when this video is out, kita kongsikan lagi. I rasa there's a lot of nuggets in this session today that I really appreciate. Sebab for some of us, tak kisah, I think a lot of people kan kata macam contoh you know, people were to say dulu, alah Syirin senang lah hidup dia macam ni kan, sentiasa ada kan, which is not true tau. Sebab duit tu bukan duit I. Duit tu duit my mom bagi, my husband bagi, whatever lah kan. So the person tu, the being tu, as Sister Nazreen cakap, tak cukup menyayangi diri sendiri, because you're not taking care of yourself tau. Someone else is taking care of you. At the end of the day, what is your relationship with your money? It is your money, not his money, her money, your money. So when the money comes to you, tak kisahlah you earn it ke orang bagi ke apa ke, but when the money comes to you, apakah hubungan you dengan duit tu? And yes, Allah janji rezeki tu tak salah alamat. Rezeki sentiasa ada. Dan rezeki itu bukan saja daripada segi keuangan, tapi because the conversation today we're talking about money. Let's not lose track of this. Rezeki itu ada dalam berbagai bentuk. Duit, kasih sayang, ilmu, makan, semua ada rezeki. Tapi hari ni perbincangan ni adalah rezeki daripada perspektif duit. So duit ni bila datang kat kita, macam mana kita jaga dia? Macam mana kita berhubung dengan dia? I like kongsi, because I'm a coach, I do a lot of mentoring, I buat NGO lah, gerak-gerak semua ni. So nak kongsi, ada orang pernah hidup macam Sis Emilia, this perspektif, Sis dia memang kalau dia dapat duit, dia tolong orang. Tapi dia punya kehidupan kais pagi, makan pagi, kais petang, makan petang. So got into a program in one of our NGOs, got into a program, and within a month, she made 10K. Sebab orang dia sangat industrious. It's very innovative and very resourceful. Tapi sebab dia punya perhubungan dengan duit tu tak bagus, dapat 10,000 habis 10,000. So tanya dia, mana duit pergi? Dia bagi mak dia, bagi makcik dia, bagi adik dia, bagi saudara dia semua. Saya kata dia kesian. Dia kesian sebab dia ada duit. Dia duit bagi orang. Saya kata, ya ke ada duit? Dia tak ada. Mana duit dia? You kata you ada duit. Mana duit you? Ada kan? You've given it away. So I kata, so sebenarnya you tak ada duit. Tu no idea. Tak ada. You dah bagi orang. Tu dah ada orang. Dapat duit you. You faham tak? So bila ada 10,000 tu, duit you tu, you buat apa? So one of my learnings by my mentor kan, dia apa-apa hal pun pay yourself first. This is what you say by loving yourself. Right? Pay yourself first. So how much do you deserve and how much do you need? And then give it away. So one of the things, if you were to give kan, if you look at your life as a cup, rezeki you air dan cup tu. You nak bagi air daripada cup tu ke? Kalau bagi air daripada cup tu, you tak sempat minum. You kena minum tu. Tu you punya, your cup. Tapi kalau nak bagi, biarlah limpahan-limpahan yang ada kat saucer tu. Dia bukan orang kalau kita kata ala limpahan ke, ala sisa-sisa aku ni tak, bukan sisa. It's still rezeki, it's still air. It's just that you're giving what you don't need. You must always take care of yourself dulu, family you semua tu dulu, nuclear family dulu, and then understand how to do that first, and then you can help others. Sebab you cannot string yourself dry, kan? So
sorry, can I just add a little bit more? I know it's already like 11, right? The act of giving ni kan, even for us kan, I'm just talking about us Muslims kan, dalam Al-Quran and also sunnah daripada Rasulullah. Bila ada sahabat bertanya pada Rasulullah kata that 1 dinar, give it to yourself first. Dia ada turutan dia, then to family, to your wife, this and that. Dia ada turutan dia. So the teaching is already saying to yourself first. That means whatever your needs, whatever that you want to survive. Because kalau you tak pay yourself first, macam mana you nak grow and be healthy, and cari more rezeki, sebab cari rezeki ni ibadah, that's a lot. So it is right, you pay yourself first. Alright?
Yeah. So tu yang I nak share, sebab I want to remove that concept di mana people feel bad. People feel bad for wanting to splurge on themselves. They feel bad for spending on themselves. They feel bad tau. And you shouldn't feel that way, because you have to, kalau you punya energy tak tinggi, you tak happy, macam mana you nak give something you don't have? You cannot give yourself when you don't have yourself.
Ya, lepas ni shopping.
Tak. Sebenarnya I nak apa tau? I nak pergi massage. Ada stress ni.
Dah buka ke?
Belum. Nak je. So coming towards the end of the session, so we are happy to share with everybody. Kita hari tu dah buat webinar 1 hari. We did the webinar. We were so happy to see our content actually adding value to a lot of people. So webinar yang akan datang ni 3 hari bulan Oktober, betul tak Sister Emilia, Sister Nazreen kan? Kita orang ni dan in all honesty kan, kita orang ni tak adalah nak buat pepuk, tapi kita nak sangat sampaikan ilmu ni, sebab we found that the ilmu was so supportive of the people in the room the other day, and the commitment is only RM100. It's just RM100 commitment, and then kita hanya we just wanted to share perspective. Sister Nazreen will share, nampak
ya.
Sister Nazreen will share all the good debt, the bad debt, how to manage your money when the money comes into your pocket. Yeah, where does it go? How do you be responsible with it? If your situation right now is not so savvy, keadaan kita sekarang raja kan, some of us dah keadaan tengah sesak ke apa ke, there are so many tools that Sister Nazreen will be sharing that you can make corrections. We're not expecting you to macam hari ni datang masuk sesi kan, esok dah wah I'm debt free, and then I already know how to manage my money. This is a process. Tapi Sis Nazreen akan kasih all the steps, the tools, insyaAllah. And lepas tu Sis Emilia akan berkongsi sedikit sebanyak macam mana, what are the actions. Sekarang kita dah ada tool, kita dah ada know-how semua. So what happens now? Kan? Dah tahu. So Sis Emilia akan tunjuk what are the things that you have to look into yourself to execute all these tools that Sister Nazreen dah bagi, all the steps and all the framework. And then what I will do is nanti kita akan tengok diri ni. Walau kadang-kadang you perasan tak, you pergi sekolah, pergi workshop, pergi apa kan, semuanya dah kepala. I know. Tapi nak. Tapi tak jadi pun. Sis Emilia dah bagi tu, Sis Nazreen dah bagi tu. Tak bergerak juga. So kita tengok manusia ni kadang-kadang dia punya kekangan tu apa? Dia punya what is the fear, what is the courage, what is the position, what is the situation. Kadang-kadang manusia tu, diri tu ada satu hurdle ataupun satu perkara yang dia tak sanggup nak buat. Jadi kita nak cari apakah ketidaksanggupan tu. Nak kaya tapi tak sanggup kaya. Macam mana tu? Kan nak senang tapi tak sanggup senang. Kenapa tak sanggup? Apa ketidaksanggupan tu kat mana? Jadi so we are going to provide that in one full day session. It starts about 8:30 for introduction, 9 to full on pukul 9 sampai pukul 5. Then we really would like you guys to consider jugalah kalau ada areas you need to get support, insyaAllah. So here's the date 2nd October ke October ya sister?
I think it's Saturday, right? It's supposed to be second.
Second.
Alright.
Saya salah announce tadi, 2nd of October, 9 to 5. Investment is RM100, and you can go ahead and register dekat this link. We will definitely put the link into all our respective Facebook nanti, and we will share our this poster and everything, right? And all the information, kalau you nak tahu apa-apa lebih tu, boleh je drop us a note kat PC Pen ke, dekat Q3 ke, dekat Women Money Story ke, ataupun our respective personal Facebook, Shirin Rose, Emilia, Zainul dan Nazreen Ismail. And we are so hopeful that our session today is supportive. I got a lot of value. Sister Emilia,
Sister
Nazreen. I was like, oh ya ke? Jadi oh gitu.
Kan, learning is progressive.
I had my light bulb moments as well. So thank you so much for that, sisters.
Yeah.
And
I just want to add, kita banyak discuss, when you have your earning, your spending, and you have availability in the middle tu kan. But it is also useful for those who are already in a negative situation. Ada cara, ada jalan nak get out of it. Alright, so don't get so hooked up with only those with positive cash flow saja yang boleh. Tak. Rata-rata I started fixing it when I was in negative, so it can be done, insyaAllah.
I can get with RM14.50 in the bank account. So from kampung, okay. So
betul.
Negative or not is what we have in mind,
Inshallah.
Yeah, it's all about that, of course lah kan.
Right. So we have come to the end of the session. I welcome Dr. Rahil, welcome Tashni. Tapi tunggu dah habis dah. This recording will be on our respective Facebook, and the recording will be uploaded later on into the week. And we thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Sister Emilia. Thank you, Sister Nazreen. Every time I come to the session once a month, kan, I pun belajar macam-macam.
Sebab kita pun tak ada masa. Masa ni lah kita nak bercakap. Tapi kita bercakap pusing kita benda yang sama, dan that from day one I think we've been talking about this, and every time I learn something new.
Every session we are learning something new.
Kita ambil nota sekali kat tepi kan. So Sisters Nazreen and Emilia, we all agree that learning doesn't stop. Dekat Zoom pun duk cari pin apa semua, tak kisahlah duk live ke tak live ke, tak reti cakap je tak reti.
Suara hilang ke tak hilang ke, alhamdulillah.
Bak ke bak lah. Beruang ke, bak ke, lalat ke, aduh.
You figure it out. And so we will be having this session again on a monthly basis. Kita buat dia live. The next live bila ya sisters? I pun tolong bantu saya.
Ada dekat dalam kita punya kalender ni.
Next live will be 10 of October.
Ya, insyaAllah. And on the 10th kita akan bincang benda lain juga, walaupun it's still entrepreneur mindset, masih lagi resources semua, tapi kita akan bincang different ways that we will look into life, insyaAllah. So looking forward again, sisters. Thank you so much for this morning.
Alright.
Thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
For the amazing
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.